Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoint and today I want to talk to you about budget TVs. Now not everyone can or wants to spend thousands on a new TV. It's why we've got flagship and entry-level TVs to suit everyone's needs. But what if you wanted a TV for yourself or a family member that wasn't ridiculously expensive, but you could still get a decent picture quality and use it for gaming? Well, that's where this one comes in. It's the latest QLED TV from Hisense, and it's called the E7H. It supports 4K, HDR, and has some gaming features including VRR and ALLM, which of course I've tested on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. The model that I have here is the 55-inch version, and it can be picked up for under £430 in the current Black Friday and Christmas deals. It's also available in both a larger and a smaller size, so if you were interested, I have popped a link in the description below to the latest offer. Right, let's jump straight in and talk about the screen and the picture quality. So it's a QLED or a quantum dot 4K TV, which is essentially an LED or LCD TV with more pixels and over 1 billion vivid colors. This means viewing any 4K content looks great on here, but it's not only capable of displaying 4K content, it can also upscale non-4K content to a near 4K resolution. So things like standard definition TV shows or channels will look even better on this than they do on a non-4K TV. On top of that, as the TV supports Dolby Vision HDR, watching movies or TV shows on apps like Netflix and Disney Plus actually look really good on here. It's bright, colourful, and the contrast is decent. But like with any non-OLED TVs, the black levels are not jet black, as LED TVs just cannot compete with that. But for a budget-friendly QLED TV, the contrast is decent. Now, I don't know about you, but I've noticed more and more people are using their TVs for gaming, whether it's on the Switch, the Xbox Series, or the PlayStation 5. Loads of you seem to play on the TV as well. Well, this TV definitely ticks most of the boxes when it comes to running those new games. It's got a dedicated gaming mode, which is designed to reduce input lag and optimize the screen for gaming. It has 4K 60 support, so that means it will run the latest games at a 4K resolution and 60 frames per second. I know immediately you'll think, but that's not 120Hz, and you would be right. But for the vast majority of games out there, they do only run at 60Hz, especially if you're playing it in resolution mode. But it does also support a couple of features that other affordable TVs don't, and that's ALLM or Auto Low Latency Mode and VRR, the variable refresh rate. This means that games on the Xbox and the PlayStation 5 will provide a variable rather than a fixed frame rate, and this gives you a smoother experience with less stuttering and screen tearing. Now the fact that a budget-friendly TV like this supports VRR, 4K and ALLM is great for gaming. Sure, 120Hz would be nice as well, but at this price point and size, you cannot go wrong with it. And here are all of the features supported on the Xbox Series X, which also applies to the PS5. As for the input lag, well, it's rated at 20 milliseconds, so it's not going to be as quick as some of the gaming focused monitors and TVs out there, but for anything non-competitive, this is quick enough for normal gaming. I tried a few games of Modern Warfare 2 and I just could not play it, but any racing games or story driven games, you will have no issues with this TV. Now you might have noticed already, but the screen does have a matte or an anti-glare coating. This naturally means it will reduce reflections while watching it during the day. Obviously if you place it near a window, it will likely still show something up on a sunny day, but under normal viewing conditions this is absolutely fine. I find watching it straight on or even at a 20 to 30 degree angle, the picture is easy to watch. It's only when you start to go off center by about 40 to 45 degrees do you start to notice the contrast and the colour starts to fade very slightly. But honestly, if you're watching this straight on, the picture looks great. In fact, I've used a few other TVs this year that are 5 to 6 times the price and don't look as good as this. So on top of movies, TV shows and gaming, you might want to use this for sport. Well, the fact that Hisense are an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2022 says it all. The TV not only has a sport mode which optimizes the picture for watching the game, it has a dedicated button on the remote to open a football app. Now because Hisense is an official sponsor for the World Cup, they've got exclusivity for the FIFA Plus and FIFA World Cup daily apps. And this is exclusive on their Vida Power TVs. And this lets you watch highlights, updates and behind the scenes content completely free straight to the TV. Now if you're going to be watching the World Cup this year, let me know who you're hoping wins. Now as far as design and looks go, it's clean, simple and looks like a TV. The front of the screen has a floating panel design so it looks like the display is suspended with an almost borderless look. Then it's just got a Hisense logo in the middle and then there's a Dolby Vision logo on the side. So the model that I have here is a 55-inch and this thing is crazy light. And that's mainly down to the fact it's not a glass screen and the materials used feel like a hard plastic rather than metal. Now that's not a bad thing as it keeps the weight and the cost down, but the only downside is it makes it feel a little cheap. And looking at the stand, it's got 2 feet either side of the screen, which means there's just enough room to probably fit a soundbar in the middle, although it might protrude very slightly onto the screen as it is quite low. But overall, this does look like a nice TV. So for a TV this small, it's packing some seriously loud speakers. They support DTS Virtual X, so the sound is clear and distortion free, but they also have an awesome little EQ adjustment menu. I think this could be the first one I've ever seen on a TV, and the fact that you can adjust the bass or turn dialogue clarity on and off means you can tweak it to get it just right for your viewing. And from my testing so far, the volume never needs to be above level 20, in fact 15 is probably enough. Oh, and if you don't want to use the internal speakers, it does have eARC support, so you can hook up your AVR or your soundbar and use that instead.
Welcome to the City of Souls.
I've never been to Mexico.
This is Mexico. Las Almas.
Shepard's contractors are inbound to reinforce.
A quick look around the back at the available ports. So there are 3 HDMI 2.0 ports, one of which is labelled eARC. There are 2 USBs, an optical out and a LAN port. There's also 2 aerial and satellite ports as well. Now the rear design is certainly different to what I've seen before, with a large housing of the internals in the middle. But it also has VESA holes here which are 200 by 300, in case you wanted to wall mount it instead. And there's even a removable power cable, so if you wanted to wall mount it, you don't need to feed the plug through the wall. So this Hisense TV is running the VIDA U 5.0 Smart OS. And you know what? This is nice. If you've ever used an Apple TV, you'll notice how similar that it looks, and that's a good thing. It's easy to use, fast, and looks great. You've got all of the pre-installed apps listed in a tile format which you can rearrange as you'd like. But there's also an app store where you can download more as well. It's got everything you need like Netflix, Disney+, Prime, YouTube, and all of the UK streaming apps. As for the remote control, well, it's functional and does what it's supposed to do. There are some quick access buttons at the bottom for a few of the apps, but it's very light and a little boring looking. It kind of reminds me of an old VCR remote, but it is easy enough to use. Then there's the input menu, which is where you can view all of the devices that you've got plugged in, but you can rename the input so you know which is which. And then it's also got Alexa, a Google Assistant, and VIDA voice built in, so you can search for movies, TV shows, or even control the TV using your voice. HDMI 1. Oh, and if you wondered what it came with inside the box, we have the 2 feet that simply push in and screw into the base of the TV. Then there's a manual and warranty information, some screws for the stand, a removable power cable, the remote control, and some batteries. So the big question is it worth buying? Well, if you're on a budget and you need a 4K TV that supports HDR, has a fast and snappy UI, and you don't need that 120Hz for gaming, this is a nice screen at a great price. The current offer means you're getting a 55-inch TV for under £430. But there are other sizes available as well, both smaller and larger depending on what you need. Now let me know if you would like to see more budget-friendly content on the channel. This is the first that I've done in a long time, but it could be something I cover more of in 2023. Now drop a nice budget TV in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out this video next. Thanks for watching, please like, sub and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Until next time.